and Wildlife Board, his dog. So, for those of you that were here then. I have been fishing since I was 9 years old, 8 years old, probably before that in the Sierras, but saltwater fishing since I was just a little girl. Started fishing with my dad. There's 3 girls in the family, and I'm the tomboy of all the girls. So, been fishing with him, still fish with him, Channel Islands up there, Catalina, offshore. My dad has a boat, so we fish together quite a bit. As in high school, I worked on the Pacific Dawn up out of Channel Islands. So I love fishing. My kids love fishing. I've got a 14, 11, and a 2-year-old. So I enjoy being out tonight. This is even though I'm working.
You had a 2-year-old last time.
I did not have a 2-year-old. No. She was a special surprise for us. But anyway, so when this job presented itself to work with the Sport Fishing Conservancy, it was right up my alley. I love to fish. I want to promote responsible fishing so that my kids can fish when they're my age and that they can grow up fishing with me, which we do. We were very fortunate that my husband and I just this year in January finally have our own boat. So we're official boat owners, and I'm looking forward to it. We just got back from a trip with the kids to Avalon. It was great. So it's going to be a huge family activity for us. And again, like I said, this job, the Sport Fishing Conservancy, our main message that we want to share with anglers and just with anybody, with the general public, is how to fish responsibly. Ways that we can, as anglers, fish responsibly so that there are going to be fish for our kids and our grandkids to catch. So among the many programs that we work on, and I know we don't have a lot of time, so we can answer questions afterwards. One of the things that we started, one of the programs we started last year was a series of best practices workshops. And we held one last summer up in Oxnard, Channel Islands, near the Sport Fishing Center there. And it was a way for us, we had a couple of professors, Dr. Chris Lowe from Cal State Long Beach, Dr. Larry Allen from Cal State Northridge. We talked about barotrauma, which is what the video is going to show. Just tools, tackle techniques on how to release fish if you choose to release them, things like that. We had some fish and wildlife wardens there to tell us, as far as the poaching activity, what to look for if we're out on the water, what to look for if you suspect poaching activity. So it was a really neat series of workshops. We did some up in the Northeast. We did one in Florida. I didn't get to go to this one, but Tom went to the one in Hawaii. So we kind of done them. It was throughout the specific sanctuaries, and they helped us they were promoting the fishing within sanctuaries. So there was a lot of support and participation, and we had a lot of interest from Orange County and San Diego wanting to participate. So we're hoping that this year, probably August, September, that we'll be able to hold one of these workshops down in Dana Point or San Diego area. So I'll be sure to let you guys know. So what this video is about is barotrauma. And that's kind of a big word going around right now in the last year or so is barotrauma. What happens to a fish when it's brought up from depth? We've all caught rockfish or any kind of fish that you bring up from depth, and the stomach is outside of the mouth and the eyes are bulged out and it's got blisters on its skin. That's because of the pressure when you bring that fish up. And for so long, we've just assumed that that fish is dead. And maybe it's a little starry rockfish that it's too small, you don't want to keep, but you just throw it back. Or maybe it's a 40-pound cowcod that legally you cannot keep it. And it's so awful to have to watch that fish float away and to see a trail of fish behind a sport fishing boat or even your own boat. So, we've gone through you take a knife and puncture the stomach that's sticking out of the mouth. And, and it goes down, and maybe that fish might swim, but that fish, they found that fish will die. That hole that you punctured into the stomach will be infected, or there's some other fish that will be. So that's not good. Another kind of practice that was going around just within the last few years was venting. You take a needle, or some people would even use like an ice pick. Certainly not sterile. Underneath the pectoral fin to release the gas that way. But again, you're making a hole in that fish that's going to get infected, and that fish will likely die. die. So what Dr. Chris Lowe at Cal State Long Beach has done with his students, he's a marine biology professor, incredible science. It just amazes me what teachers, what professors and students are doing, and you guys will see some of this science. So it's a little bit of the why barotrauma happens. And the best news is that they have found that there's a very successful way to release these fish. So if you're out fishing and you catch, maybe it's a cow cod and you know you can't keep it, well, there's now ways that we can release that fish, and there's a 80% chance that it's going to survive. So we'll watch the video. It's about 20 minutes, and then we'll just answer questions after that. You guys, because it will answer a lot of your questions. Give me just 1 second, and maybe we can turn.